Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us just before lunch. I'm really excited to have you here today, and I know this will be an incredible panel. So I am the founder and CEO of an organization called Move the Dial. And Move the Dial is a global movement advancing women in tech. And that really is about the entire life cycle. So many of you that are in this room, all the way down to little kids that are starting to think about STEM and what their careers might be, like my 9-year-old Lily, who loves to code and recently told me that she built a website using her AI. She was super excited about that. So we all know what the problem is. We don't really focus a lot on the why and getting too deep into the problem, but there are just not enough women in tech. And really, we're looking at an entire talent pool to think about the future of work and how we're going to build solutions for the future that reflect the entire population. We did a report called Where is the Dial Now? In partnership with organizations like Mars and PricewaterhouseCoopers. And we discovered that, in fact, what we thought to be true around not enough women at the design and leadership table advancing the solutions for the future was true. The numbers spoke for themselves. The journey of Move the Dial started in January 2017. I was so lucky to go on a trip to Israel with the mayor of Toronto and a delegation of tech leaders, including Sheetal, founder of Tribal Scale, and Ben, who's in the room, and got to learn about what's going on in Israel. And it was so amazing to be able to learn from those that really started what's referred to as Startup Nation quite some time ago. Met some incredible women on the trip and was inspired by them after taking on the role of CEO of an organization called Ace Tech Ontario, which is now called PeerScale, just before I went on the trip. And when I started at that organization, I looked around the room of incredible thought leaders and leaders of technology companies, and at our first event, only 2% of the people in the room were women. And I was surprised because I'd spent 15 years in law. So coming into tech, I was actually surprised that there were so few women driving forward the companies building the solutions. So after meeting these incredible women in Israel, I invited our friends who were also leading other nonprofits in the tech space in Toronto and a whole bunch of founders of tech companies and said, why don't we do an event and we'll celebrate the big ideas of these incredible women building solutions. And let's not talk too much about the problem. Let's make it super positive and let's do it together. So we thought maybe 30 people would come. I didn't have so many friends in tech. I'd been back in it for about 5 minutes after 20 years out of it. And I had, by the way, left my first job out of undergrad, a company called WorkBrain, only because I couldn't see any women on the executive team. Because we can really only be what we can see, even though I had incredible talent around me and I was learning from great people like David Ossip and Dan DeBow and others that were leading that organization. So we made this little event. We thought we'd get 30. December 23rd, we sent out an invitation. 1,000 people registered in just 2 days. And it was amazing. The first event, so many people that are in this room really helped to bring it to life, was really about how do we advance the full talent pool. A, there's a moral imperative to do so. We're clear. It's 2018. B, we need the entire talent pool, all diversity, capital D, at the design table to make sure we're designing solutions that reflect the whole population. And 3, if we don't do this quickly, all of our AI will become biased, and how do we ever untrain these machines? So there's really an imperative to do this fast and now. 6 pilot events later and a report and a growing movement of thousands and thousands and tremendous impact from individual founders like Diana being, lifted up by this movement of thousands of people that just want her to be successful and believe she's doing incredible things, all the way to charting the path with our friends at PwC, for example, to create substance that will drive forward the tech industry. Move the Dial became a global movement. So I quit my day job. I love the organization. PeerScale is incredible and doing amazing things, but I became super passionate about this and moved into it full-time as of January. So we're doing a couple of things. One of them is really showing the stories of incredible women. So I'm super excited about the lightning talks that are coming, because just seeing and hearing the incredible stories of women in tech actually helps more young women in tech believe what they can be and stay in it. We're planning a global summit in November. We're super excited about it. It's not a women's empowerment conference. It's a summit about advancing women as a business priority. So we're really excited, and please join us on our website at movethedial.com to find out more about how to be there. And we're partnering with organizations, large and small, to really solve for what we need to do in the new economy. To me, it's about measurement and impact. So events and showcasing in our blog and sharing stories and amplifying the other work that so many of you are doing to advance the full talent pool is important. But just as important is driving substantive, measurable change, because unless we come up with solutions that we can all go implement and then measure our success, we're not actually going to move the dial. So those are a little bit more about what we're doing. We're so lucky to have incredible founding partners and that are significantly invested in driving this work forward with us. And we'd love you to join our movement. And really, we'd love to support you and what your companies are doing and how you individually are thinking about how to move the dial. So if you'd like to get involved, please reach out to us. And now I have the great pleasure of introducing these incredible women who are going to share their perspectives. To me, the future of work is one of the most important topics that we can all learn about and dive into together today, when you have such great minds thinking about how to innovate together. My perspective is certainly that the future of work relies on advancing the full talent pool, and not only women, people from all genders, all backgrounds, all colors, all races, all sexual orientation. But that is just one issue that we need to think about, is the talent pool. There are so many other incredible and important things that we need to learn now that the entire world is being disrupted, from all of the everyday mundane tasks like how we order our transportation or food, to the huge big problems we're solving in healthcare using artificial intelligence and big data. So that's enough from me, and now I'm thrilled to pass it over to our first incredible guest, who will tell you her story and introduce herself.